Kia ora and welcome everyone to another week of rugby union action here. We're here down at Raimaru Park in Arorangi for Game 5 of the 2025 Rarotonga Rugby Union Club season. We have here matching up the clash of the titans of the season, Avatu Eels versus the Tupapa Panthers. I'm Harriet Tora, and co-hosting with me today is Wallace Aroita, who will take you through the play-by-play action right now.
Yes, kia ora, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on for a beautiful Saturday. As we can see here, there's already been a kickoff. And we've got the Panthers there straight away into a second breakdown. Immediately they go to look for territory off the back of Daniel Thor's boots. John Penu, he's made a return. Starting line up at 15, fullback. Avatu there settles just inside the Panthers territory there. Tama Nicholas dishes one out to their big forwards, Big George. Strong carry right through the middle. Setting up a good platform there for his side. Tama feeds off his back line there. They look to exploit to the left. Does the Avatu. Goes a little bit too far there. Immediately, both sides go straight to work with the Panthers there. Just a strong carry, just setting up two platforms and looking for an exit. And much the same here for the Avatu Eels, doing the same thing. As we take a moment here, we've got a player who's on the ground needing some attention there. Referees sort of having a discussion there to the side, some possible foul play that may have occurred in the previous play. But we take nothing away from this beautiful day, guys. It's such an awesome atmosphere here in Arorangi at Raimaru Park. If you're on island at the moment, tune into the live stream. Head on down. Come on down, guys, and enjoy this beautiful day out here. It's been a good day so far. Starting at 10 o'clock this morning, we had the Raising Rock Stars program for under 6s, under 8s. Carried right through to our 10s, 12s. And then on to our 14s and 16s. And here we have our first premiership matches with both senior grades from Tupapa and Avatu. Now, this is a repeat of our 2024 finalists. Of course, the Avatu Eels, defending champions. They're off to a winning start this season. 2 in the bag. And much the same for the Panthers as well. Winning 2 matches in a row so far. So today, we're witnessing what is going to be 2 of the top 2 titans in this competition. Panthers there, we head to first line out of the match, and it certainly has been a good win for them. Strong carry there through the middle. Seal. Joe Villisi carries one for his boys, and they recycle back the same way. Those are the Panthers. Referee there calling a no-arms tackle. Panthers there looking to take territory. They want to be playing in the Avatu half. Mafu Kalas just directing where they want to take today's match and where on the field they would like to be playing. A couple of penalties so far against the Avatu Eels. They've conceded in this match so far. 3 minutes into the game, and there's already been our first stoppage due to a foul play. And we get to see our first scrum. Now, I in particular have been very excited to see this part of our game. There's been a little bit of work done throughout the week for all the clubs at scrum time. So we're watching very closely. at all these scrum set pieces. And we certainly have a matchup this afternoon for sure. Both forward packs, big boys up the front there. Quite a balanced team on both sides. You're talking about strength, you're talking about muscle, you're talking about weight. Steady scrum so far, a little bit shaky there on the right side. The Panthers managed to get the ball out. Panthers there going back midfield, running into traffic there. Once again, Panthers set back same side, keeping their big boys there where the line out was. Counter ruck there. Bucky causing a bit of chaos there. Through the ruck was the referee call. He's suggesting there that the Avatu doesn't keep their feet. Once again, they concede another penalty. Slowly but surely are the Panthers making their way upfield. So far the lineout's working for them, which is a great call to go for a lineout just 10 or so meters out from their try line. I like to think that the Eels will at least contest for this one and just cause a bit of disruption to the Panthers lineouts. And they certainly do that. Excellent jump there at the front. Avatu turned their defense into attack, and a strong carry there by Wally. Eels there setting up quite neatly. Both sides at the moment looking a bit more organized, looking well organized today in their matches, and they are very intentional about the way they attack. Mafu Kalas, dangerous in open play. He tries to spot a little gap there and flicks one out to the side. And one of those guys that just attracts players and create opportunities, and certainly the Panthers are on a roll here. Making the distance. The Panthers go right to the corner. There's a bit of pressure there at the back there. Oh, Jolly manages to get off the ground. What was the referee call there? What's he calling there? Looks like a goal line dropout. Yep, it certainly looks to be that way. So I think Avatu there regathered the ball but actually fell in goal, which then forces a goal line dropout. John Penu, yep. He said, give me the ball. I want to do a drop kick out of our old in goal. Daniel Dora lines one up for the in goal. Certainly got the idea right, but not the kick. John Penu finally gets a good boot to ball, sends one 20 meters up the road to get their boys out of trouble. Daniel Dor there seized an opportunity to strike a drop goal. Once again, very intentional about getting points and turning the opportunities into this quarter. And turning that into points for early parts in this match. Unfortunately, there was a missed throw there by the Panthers. They might have rushed it too quickly there, and they come up with their first mistake in the lineout. Ioane there goes to a quick tap and decides to send it. And that might be a bit too far. There goes dead, so the kick comes all the way back. The Panthers there were lucky to not get a touch to it, and it looked like it was pretty close to it. He was trying to obviously stop the ball, but Not sure. You be the judge. I certainly felt that he was very close to touching that ball when there could have been a scrum 5 meters out from the Panthers goal line. The referee's made the call and has brought the scrum all the way back to where the Eels had tapped and kicked. Therefore, Panthers ball. Feed there through the middle. Referee doesn't like what he sees. Knee on the ground. Panthers there losing the opportunity at scrum time. Quick tap there, Clive. Wastes no time. Nuku tries to put one up high. Kicks it probably to the wrong player. We need to try and get the ball into space. And look, Mafu takes off 10 meters. Avatu there rakes the ball away and rakes it onto the wrong side. And Panthers regain possession. Salafi carries through Paki there, wraps him up. Sai goes to the left edge. Richard there tries to get one through to his winger. Just rushing the ball there. They see the opportunity. They're taking any space they can. Oh, the Panthers. The likelihood of losing the ball was certainly in the high percentage because that's a very, very small gap and a very small opportunity. A lot of turnovers so far in this match. We're 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, into the match, and so far there's a lot of action that's going on. The ball for sure going on to both sides. Avatu sets their scrum up well, and they strong carry through the middle. Bill, he might be isolated here. Nope, so far so good. John Penu, open space. He's dangerous. Another dangerous player, Tama Nicholas, and look at the way Avatu is striking at the moment. Picking off gaps and support play. Absolutely fantastic there. The Eels make their way up to enemy territory. Panthers there slowing the ball down. Certainly a possible card there. Avatu there just applying a lot of pressure on the edges and bringing their boys, their firepower through to the edge. And the Avatu straight away concede a penalty for the first time in enemy territory, and the Panthers find themselves backed up on their goal line. And the Eels like what they have presented in front of them, heading for a 3-pointer. Conditions are perfect today for any kicking, and I certainly like the player who's about to kick for the Avatu Eels, Ionet. He's at 100% so far in his kicking percentage. I like to think that he will get this one through. Kicks it, likes it, but he does not get it through. I might have jinxed it there. Just 20 meters out, and unfortunately he just didn't quite get his footing right. He'll learn from that, I'm sure. First up kicks, early parts of the game, getting a feel up for the game and what's happening on the field. I'm sure he'll bounce back quite well. Ionet. We're going to dropouts. Daniel Toa kicks one center field. Gathered there by Nuku, and he looks to utilize Tama Nicholas, who just edges out the Panthers, puts on the afterburners and goes right through. Absolute stunner. Dangerous as he has been since the start of the season. Tama Nicholas continues his form today and just rips the Panthers to pieces there in the back line. And boy, does he just put on the afterburners there. 20 meters out from the line, he just smokes it on the edge and scores. Well-deserved try there. Fantastic first points on the table there for the Avatu Eels. Yone Moore there to the far left. See a slight breeze crossing the goal posts. He strikes it and still unable to convert.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. First scores on the board right now. That is 5 points to Avatu at the foot of Tama Nicholas. Unfortunately, an unsuccessful conversion, keeping the score at 5. We're still early into this match with heading into 15 minutes. And already, as expected, some fiery action happening on both sides of the pitch today. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for supporting our rugby union season matches. Our current score right now is 5 points to 0 in favor of Avatu versus Tupapa Panthers. Tupapa Panthers now setting up for a kickoff, a reset. Just while our middlemen sort themselves out, Daniel Dor there, ready to reset the game into action. He sends one high, and it's in the hands of Avatu forward, bringing it out to the right edge of the pitch. Jale there with the pick and go. And Big George there hands it up back into the middle. Avatu just working that edge once again with Big Toru. And that's a big boot down into the hands of Muff Cullis, who is up for the challenge now, taking Tupapa up. Yep. It's penetrating through the Avatu defense line, having them scramble. Their referee calling in a penalty. No arms tackling. And Captain Skipper there, Tom Dor sends one up high. And Avatu calling mark.
Crazy amount of running there. Directional running, left, right, center. Oh, no way did they give the ball to this guy. He's back on. Kicks one down. No one in the back there. Oh, there's Mafu. Oh, he managed to get away from both of them. Find support. Oh, the Panthers, they return one back. Will they go the full 100? Certainly looking likely with 40 meters gained. Support play just continues. The Panthers, they settle. They find themselves in the opposite 20. And they're rolling the big boys. They've got to go to work and just settle things for their team. There's numbers there on the left for the Panthers. Do they go? They certainly do. Do they have the players to do it? Oh, the Panthers there look to flick one on the outside. I'm not sure that's what they want to do. Certainly they're put under pressure. Panthers certainly had the numbers, just not sure if they had the right players to be able to execute the right play down that edge, but certainly a lot of action from edge to edge. Both teams able to run the distance in one simple play. I mean, that's just what we expect out of these two teams anyway, with the Tupapa Panthers and the Avatu Eels. Both have been historically champion teams, and I just think very well balanced with forwards, strong, big forwards in the middle, and then just speed and firepower on both sides, both backlines, able to exploit any opportunities they can. Unfortunately here, one of our Panthers players Rusi, he took a knock. He was down in their first 3 minutes of the match. Sustained an injury in that particular play, and he hasn't been able to recover from that. So substitution there for John Millwall, who's made an entry into this match. And John there finds himself on the wing. As we resume play here, Avatu line out just outside of their 22. They go up to the top, and veteran player, legend Clive Nicholas. He certainly knows this part of the game well. Pita Sinipiakula running alone there. I'm not sure why his support had stopped. Once again, Sai finds the edge, and he puts one right behind. He's up alone there. He certainly needs some more supporters to put a bit of pressure. But just enough to get one kick back to the Panthers side. And a lot of white jerseys around Mafu there. Breaks through one tackle. I'm sure he'll be looking to offload very shortly. You got to be careful here. There's white jerseys all over that. They managed to get it out. TV straight away. Get the ball to his men. John's there, almost slips one through. Oh, the Avatu Eels managed to get it. Oh, just ball flying left, right, and center there. Referee. It just says, hang on, boys. If none of you want it, I'm going to award the penalty.
As you can see, both teams are going hammer and tongs in these early exchanges of the match. Both relentless in their attack and also in their defense. Here we go, John Penu kicking to touch. He'll be looking for a line out, set piece, just in the Tupapa 22. No doubt they'll be looking to capitalize on this opportunity to add more points to their scoreboard. Unfortunately, that missed opportunity earlier might have proved really critical as this match wears on, but we'll see what Avatu can make of this opportunity right now.
Josh Motu gets one up. Clean line out backs there. What have they got? Strike through the middle. Puna Hiro manages to get to the advantage line there. Avatu quick, and their forwards just sweep around the back. And danger man again with the ball. Chips one through. Oh! John Benu. Superman style. Very close. I mean, the Avatu side, no fear in attacking there, eh? They're looking to go to the edge very quickly and use the right people to make a play. Certainly close, very close there by the Avatu Eels. For Panthers there, they find themselves on the goal line. They've got to do a dropout now. Probably is the first time for them this season. Oh! Just a lapse in concentration there. I think he sort of felt like there was a black wall that was approaching him quicker than he thought. Only to look up and there was no one, and as well as no ball in his hand. Young Jerry there. That's okay. The Avatu's here, they've found themselves on a defensive scrum. And very good too. We get a closer look now at both packs. Avatu Eels, absolutely dominance. Now that's what you call a unit working together. and just absolutely crunching the Panthers side there to get a win in that scrum. Turning a loose carry into a successful scrum. And an opportunity for 3 points to further their lead to 8. Switch up on the kickers this afternoon. Certainly felt there, I think. Yoni may have not been too confident with the boot today. And how crucial it is to get these points. So a switch up of the kicker might be the way to go. But certainly a challenge here for Tama Nicholas. Not much of a breeze this afternoon. So she's going to trust this process and direct it through the post. Approaches it calmly. Looks up. Easy. Simple kick. Gets it over. And that's just all you need to do. The 3-pointer there. And the Avatu Eels lead this match. 25 minutes in. 8 points to 0. The Panthers here will just need to regroup themselves, get their positions right, and get their support plays right. They certainly were on a flow in the first part of the game, and they just need to get back to these systems and firstly apply pressure, and they certainly do. And they've just got to carry this ball forward and really set themselves up, space themselves out, position themselves right. And again, that's not where I would suggest, because there's just a big wall there. The players are going to get back in position and carry, and they don't carry well here. Wally Tangata, this is his arena here. He loves the contact, the contest, and the Avatu are on a flow at the moment. And Bill just goes right through the middle. And that's what you call turning defense into attack from a no play, but just taking the opportunity, and the Avatu just go one up on the Panthers platform there. And they get around each other, and so deservingly too. You can just see they're here to play. And certainly the characteristics as champions, defending champions for this match, to make sure that they own this game as early as possible. Tama Nicholas just settles the nerves there confidently in front of the post. Nice and easy. Great stuff. That's 2 from 2 for Tama. And they bring up the score to 15 points to 0.
Avatu are on fire today with their relentless attacking there, with great support play and just keeping things real simple there when they do have the ball. Tupapa really needs to dig deep now if they want to counter-attack and gain some points early into this match.
I certainly think the Panthers there are just a little bit of strife, because what Avatu are bringing to the game is certainly energy. And the Panthers are able to match up in the first part of the game. But right now, they're just got to have confidence in their carries and really take ownership of where and what they want to do. And certainly, as you can see here, they've got the ball back, and it's just a matter of just trusting their process. And they recycle the ball through. Oh, once again, losing the ball. in the contest, and certainly not what you want to have. Pita Sinipiakula just weaving his way through. Mafukalas just goes right through the middle of that breakdown. How he's able to do that, he needs to just get some support players there. The Panthers there go to the edge. They've just got to regroup here, settle their nerves, set their plays. Numbers here to the left. Certainly players laying all over that breakdown there. Francis Akava just gets up and says, "I got it, boys. That's on me." These young boys standing up to the challenge. Just making their presence known in this match, and certainly are they fired up with that play. Referee just having a bit of a chat here with our assistant referee. He's seen something, and without a doubt, a play that hasn't gone right, so possible foul play or just a knock on. No, he's gone for a high tackle instead. Spotted by the assistant referee, and certainly fair too. I mean, I missed it. I didn't see it. But certainly something that we're going to make sure is addressed, and the referee has gone into that. Panthers there, they'll be looking to try and get some points on this table today with just 31 minutes into the game, just under 9 minutes left of this first half. The Panthers will need to at least put something on the tally board just to make sure they stay present, they stay involved in this match. And sort of a great time to do it too, just to change the momentum of this Avatu side, who is just on a roll right now. So Mafukalas, he'll take his time with this one to ensure that he gets his radar on point with this first opportunity at kick. He stays steady on it. Doesn't quite get it right, goes to the left. John Benu there. He'll be looking to find space in this dropout. Mafu there doesn't quite strike it well. Great dropout there. Salafi winds up in this contest and he goes straight for the young boys on the side. Panthers there, looking to strike to the edge. Working through these centers, and they're trying to create something as well. Whoa, not sure if that was the right thing to do there by the Panthers. Or who is he penalizing? I'm not sure with this referee. I've got to wait till he's given a signal. Yep, exactly what I thought too. Just the Panthers there, just running through off their feet and just landing on absolutely nothing, just causing chaos for nothing. They've just got to steady their foot. And I just think the Panthers are under a bit of pressure at the moment. They're trying to create their plays, but they're doing it single-handedly. They've got to get together as a unit to get into this match.
Yeah, gotta agree with you on that one, Wally. With Tupapa's attacking systems, seems to be a little bit isolated today. And that's a challenge that they need to, I guess, chat about at halftime. It's about trusting their system and also just trusting each other. Now the ball's back in play with Avatu again with their relentless attack through the middle, using their forwards. Toru Deo and Jolly again with the pick up and go, his classic move. And the ball coming right to the edge in the hands of John Penu, but he is met quickly by a black wall of Pita Langi Langi and Pita Siniapikola.
Big contact there in the right edge of this match, and certainly a blind spot coming through there for John Penu. And just a collision was absolutely taking a bit of wind out of Peter. And I think he knows it too. He certainly knew that he put on the wrong shot there. I certainly feel the Panthers here are just trying to return one back on defense just to try and disrupt this momentum and pressure that the Avatu boys are bringing to this match. Great shot of the line out here. You get to see very straight throw, which is quite neat, but didn't quite go to hand there on the flip off the top. The Eels there ran into contact, and the referee says, I don't like what you guys are doing here. But the Panthers are onto the ball, and a penalty is awarded. It was sort of like a freeze for a moment. Everyone's trying to understand what's just happening. I think the Panthers are lucky to get this one. Especially dangerous for the Avatu boys in that part of the field to attack. So the Panthers here, they've got one in their lineouts. Where do they go? Very simply to the front, where it isn't straight. There's a bit of a momentum shift there for sure in this match, going in favor of the Avatu Eels. And I think just for the Tupapa boys, it's just a matter of having the conversation between themselves and just recognizing what isn't working and what they have been doing really well, which is working together and being positive in the way they carry. But unfortunately, Eels, they're wasting no time talking. They're going straight forward, sending their big boys to work and just continue to grind in this match. Big George. Jolly spots a gap. Waste no time. Possible knock on there. Does the referee see the same thing? No, he doesn't. Okay, so I think what's happened there is Charlie tried to place the ball down and get up and go again. And I think the Panthers there were just coming in on the wrong side of the ruck, which then puts them on an offside position, which I think is what the referee is just saying as well. But again, another opportunity for the Avatu Eels to just collect the points that is somewhat gifted to them. And with the way Tama Nicholas is going at the moment, with his try scoring and kicking boots, why not? Why not take the 3 points, extend the lead going into halftime? Tama approaches the kick. foot to target. The flag is raised. Another 3 points. With our AI scoreboard of 18 points to 0 in favor of the Avatu Eels. Class X so far. Certainly, I wouldn't think there's enough points there for this match. Kickoff there, beautiful kickoff by the Panthers. Oh, and the Eels just even better receiving. Josh Smolchu getting into the air. Big Bucky, he goes for a run. Say, on me, boys. And they go to the right side. Great job there. Players in support. Charlie, he looks to kick one over. A chaser there. Peter got speed to burn, but he'll need some support there. He's got one support, two, high shot. Certainly just a simple hand wrapped around the top. Nothing in contact. It was just a hand wrapped around, which caused the infringement there. Mafu tries to take another 10 or so meters out of their territory. They want to be in that half every day. And right now is certainly time to turn their attack into points. And right about now is a good time to do that. But heck no, says Clive Nicholas. It's like, that's my ball. I'm going up. And Nuku, boot to ball. He knows exactly where to go, but certainly not the play you want to be kicking to, because Mafu just goes right through, finds some support, and straight away do the Panthers pounce on that opportunity. And they take a try-scoring momentum here deep into their own half. Do they go all the way in the hands of Mafu Kalas? Certainly very intentional, and I do understand what Nuku was trying to play there, but certainly just got to have a quick look again about where the Panthers are situated. There's a danger man like Mafu Kalas can give one back to you with a 5 points, and he certainly does that in support of Joe Valesi, making a return for the Panthers this union season. He gets one up for his side, in which I think is halftime at this point. So the 18-point lead certainly has shrunken a little bit as we await the kick of the Tupapa Panthers. And Mafu did not like that as soon as it left his boots. And scoreboard at the moment is 18 points to 5 in favor of the Avatu Eels. And we'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the second half of this match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of this afternoon's match. First of our premier match this afternoon in Arorangi, Raimaru Park. We have seen the first half between the Avatu Eels and the Tupapa Panthers, with the Avatu Eels seemingly being the leaders of this match so far with 18 points, trailing with the Panthers at 5. Certainly thinking that short break there would have been some really good conversations, I'm sure, in the Avatu camp. And they want to continue to get those positives up in the second half. And I certainly feel like the Panthers would have had a different kind of conversation just to get themselves together to get involved with this match. At the moment, it's certainly something that I think the Avatu Eels has taken away from them to be able to play their game. So the Panthers will need to overcome that pressure and get themselves involved with the match. At present, there certainly has been some substitutions by the look of things in the Avatu side. The Panthers there, they keep the same players on. And there certainly has also been some substitutions with the match officials this afternoon. As we get started in the second half here, the Panthers, they've got the wind this afternoon in the back of their backs. Now the Panthers are on defense against this prowess attack by the Avatu Eels as they look to settle the ball just short of the 40. And they get their big boys going forward, going to work and just setting up their next platform. Certainly a strong carry there by Francis Nuku. He looks for his big boys on the edge there. You got a player down for the Avatu at the moment. I think he certainly ran his head into some contact. I didn't see that. And without no pressure, unforced error, does Charlie drop the ball at the same time? First up mistakes by the Avatu Eels. Bill there just running into a bit of contact. I didn't see what had happened there, but it may have been in the breakdown. He got himself a head knock there. I hope he's okay. Certainly we've got to ensure the welfare of our players are okay. And Bill there, just a little bit of a shake to his head. Puts him back up. Bit of magic water. And we resume play. Resume play with a scrum. 40 meters in on the Avatu side. Scrum time there. Pressure coming through from the Avatu Eels, and they lose the ball. There's the Panthers. Immediately they go to the skies, and the Eels there are in the Tupapa half. And the referee says knock on. And so far, the scrums are working really well for Avatu. Throughout the week, these big boys had attended a scrum training. The majority of the boys, as I can see in the Avatu camp, were present at that session. So certainly the expectation there, some improvement at scrum time, and we're definitely seeing that today. Once again, we're at scrum time, and the Panthers under a bit of pressure there. Simply, the Avatu just gets the ball out. They go to attack right side. Charlie puts on the afterburners and a cut back there by John Penu. But he cuts back without the ball. Come on, Johnny boy. Panthers there, recycle. Daniel under a bit of pressure there. He gets boots of ball. And Charlie, this guy's all over the park at the moment. He finds himself out to the left side. Tama Nicholas once again looks to strike out to the edge, but just throws one a bit too far. And he goes over the sideline. Referee there, cited by the assistant referee, just a late shot coming through, and I certainly saw that as well. Just a bit of discipline there for the Panthers, causing an issue in this first up parts of the second half. Something they've got to clean up, and certainly still need to continue to get together as a group and figure out how they're going to get through this match and how they're going to actually put more points on the scoreboard. We go deeper into the Panthers' territory. The Eels will be rolling into this camp, saying, we're going to set something up. We're going to try and score some points. And we'll start with this lineouts. Once again, Bill just cutting back inside. Oh, just a dangerous tackle there, just tipping. There's the little man, the little halfback for the Panthers side. Once again, just discipline going out the window. And I'm sure the Panthers realize where they are on the field. It's just a simple look to the left behind them. There's a goalpost there. And I certainly think the Avatu may look at it and say, thank you for the 3 points. The decision is pending. And what do they decide? They go in scrum time because they certainly know it's working well for them. And that's exactly what they do. The Eels here settling at scrum time. I'd be looking at key players. Tama Nicholas to have an influence on this play. Punahiro and as well Bill just setting up a decoy and possible carry straight through. And I just feel like with the speed of Tama Nicholas and the hands of Nuku in the middle there, we'll be able to shift the ball to the right side and get the speedsters to stroll in. The Eels there off the back. Just dishing through. Punahiro just stands up and says, I'm going to go straight. They're going to look to attack to the right. There's enough numbers there by the Panthers. The Eels recycle their ball. Once again, just sending their forwards through just to settle things at the moment. Oh, a bit of a whiplash there on the ground. Punahiro, oh, he puts boots of ball. And Mafu Kalas just able to spider crawl and regather their ball, but loses it as he tries to place it back. Assistant referee, he sees something. He certainly calls it as a foul play there. As we see Justin shot there, the Tokovaina Reds have made their arrivals to the pitch as they warm up for the upcoming match between the host club, the Bears. And resuming play, the Panthers there go for a line-out. Now, the Panthers will need to just keep things simple here. All they've got to do is just settle the play and just get out of here. Get out of trouble. Like to set up. What does Daniel do? Oh, he looks to go to the edge. He trusts that his boys are going to be able to run this out. They certainly have the players to do that, or just the high shot. Just a lazy arm there by the Avatu Eels. Langi had him beaten too. And that contact sort of had to be made because the Eels were slowly breaking apart there. The Panthers now, they're back in enemy territory. And they've just got to really do something with the ball now. Their lineouts have been 50-50, so they've got to get this one right, get the calls right. And then keeping this simple, the main man there, Tom Thor, captain. And immediately, the Panthers, they see some space there on the edge. Flick back in, there's Mafu Kalas, where's the support? There it is, and certainly Joe Velisi, always there, looking for work. Panthers, they recycle the ball. Players in front, players on the outside. And you got the big boys out on the edge. What are they doing out there? Panthers there, they're rolling into the Avatu territory. I certainly think they can at least get some more points on the table with a kick here, or they decide to go to a line-out. Yep, they do. Thomas Dawes says, we're going this way, boys. Now, I haven't seen any more in the competition yet. I just sort of wondered if it's in the Panthers' caliber to add one to the game this afternoon. Might be a possible chance there. Just to shift the momentum back their way. Goes to the middle of the line out. Oh, what do you know? We have a more, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers just got to get low on this. The Avatu Eels are just putting them back in their own quarters and saying, that's not a maul. And the pressure is then rewarded as the Eels get the ball back there. They just certainly weren't at the right height to be able to drive other Panthers. They only found themselves going backwards, and the Avatu Eels there just managed to apply that pressure, and they get the ball back. Avatu, they find themselves backed up on their line at the moment. One thing's for certain, they can do kicks if they want, or they can run. And they run. And of course, there is the right players on the field to do that. And Tama Necklace just puts on the afterburners just to stretch this Panthers outfit. Tama still retains his feet after beating 5 players there. And he's got himself an advantage. Just a slap on the face there. He gets a penalty for stepping and weaving through the Panthers lineup. I mean, I think there for a sec the Panthers thought they were going to kick. So they sent up their first 3 players to try and trap a possible kick-up. And he just managed to flick it out to the side. And the Eels find themselves now 60 meters upfield. as they go to a line out this afternoon. Key man at the moment for the Avatu line out is none other than Clive Nicholas. And once again, another successful jump by Josh Motu, but just a missed throw there. Jerry not able to find his target accurately. Tap and go. Salafi says, I'm going to run, boys. They recycle the ball back. The Panthers, they go to work. Just losing the ball slightly there in contact. The Panthers go to strike on the edge. And what do you see there? Kalafu. Oh. I mispronounced his name, sorry. Mafu Kalas. What's going on here? Bit of chaos. Never was the try. Okay. And the Panthers find themselves with a 5, possible 7-pointer. Bit of confusion there on the edge. Mafu looked like he was going to get thrown out of the field and throws the ball back in. And the ball lands right into Seal's hands, and he just continues play. I mean, he taps the ball. There was a high tackle there. A quick tap, and away he goes. Waits for no one. And the Panthers there with a 7-pointer in this match. Our score at the moment is 18 points to 12. Finally, the Panthers are back in this match, bringing up another 7-pointer just to say, hey, we're still here. We're part of this match. Anything's possible. And they certainly took the opportunity at the right time. Caught the Avatu Eels napping. And the Eels here ready to kick off the second part of our play. Some substitutions on the field there for the Avatu Eels. The Panthers there, they look to kick one down. Jale catches one just before the halfway mark, and he gets caught. John Penu sizes up his opponents and just says, I'm going this way, that way. You're not tackling me. You're not tackling me. Settles the ball there on the edge. Simple play there. Just the tip off for the Avatu Eels, and they lose the ball in contact. Certainly just a ripper coming through. The Panthers there finally showing some existence, and Daniel spots a big gap in the back there. What a kick. Will that roll out? Oh, Caleb manages to and doesn't. Almost. So the Panthers, they get the ball back. Certainly the boys are standing up in black and saying, we're going to go down there, boys. We're going to set up a play. Certainly a great kick there by Daniel Toa. Just spots an opening in the back and puts the ball to the boot. "16 minutes into the second half, and the Eels find themselves in their own red zone there, with the Panthers rolling into camp with a line out at hand. And the momentum shift at the moment, swinging the Panthers' way. I just think with the substitutions that have come on for the Avatu Eels, fresh legs, I think they'll provide a bit of spark as well. Uncontested scrum, I mean, the Eels, they expected there was going to be a more, but it hasn't been working for the Panthers, and it certainly doesn't look that way. So they've got to get this ball out before they lose it. Oh, and they managed to get some roll forward now. They've got to steady themselves, shift as a unit. So far, going well. They finally get the ball out. The Avatu line just coming up very quickly. Seal flicks one out the back. John Norval there carries one for his boys. Gets up going forward, supported there by Mafu. Possible advantage here for high shot. Daniel Toa, he's got numbers out to the left there. As they shift out to the left there, referee does not see any advantage. And they call it back for a high shot there, just in the breakdown. Referee there calls the captain. Need to have a conversation. The Avatu Eels are certainly under pressure at the moment. Certainly a momentum shift that's happening here, swinging the Panthers' way. Panthers here standing up to the opportunity. Instead of going for goal, they're going to tap and go. Pita carries one forward, just settles. Big boy just rolling through. Number one for the Tupapa Panthers. Daniel there looks to use his backs straight away. Carries one forward, and there's some dangerous player there. Right over the ball, Josh Motu, key man for the Avatu Eels, just pouncing on the ball. Great play there from the Avatu Eels defensively. They're just sharper today. And their forwards just going to work all day. Every one of them standing up in this match. And in that moment there, Josh Motu, he loves the contact. He loves the contest. Just a silent assassin. Able to get in there and sweep the ball up. Certainly getting some great shots here. And I'd just like to quickly just say thank you to Polynesian Media for bringing our coverage live this afternoon. It certainly is great for our spectators. Also, I believe great for our coaches that are observing and watching this afternoon's match. The Avatu there gets a line out, and they find themselves back in their own 20. Just a misjudgment on the kick there, as the kick comes from outside the 22, and they kick it right out, which is a callback then for a Panthers line out. The Panthers there, they've got the ball. They go wide straight away. Whoa, I'm sure that was a possible forward pass. Yep. Even the referee saw that. Forward pass for sure. The Panthers arguing that it wasn't a forward pass. But just a simple forward pass, I think, is the right call there. Certainly no other hand involved. Nothing they can do about it. The referee's call. We're going to continue with the game. And the Eels here, they've got the ball in their 22. And if they want, they can kick it out from this part of the game. The scrums have been really working well for the Avatu Eels. Steady. They decide to run, do the Eels. Why not? If you've got the firepower to do that, do it. The Eels haven't quite gained any meters yet. They've just gone from the left side to the right side of the field. And they lose the ball in contact. I mean, there's a bit of shift in the match, you know, with the Tupelo Panthers now starting to climb the scoreboard again, and certainly see that in the way they're playing at the moment. But I just also think and feel that the Avatu has also just taken the foot off the pedal at the moment. They've got to go back to playing the way they did and how they started the first half and just kick the ball and play in that half. And then start to move the ball by hand. At the moment, they're moving the ball by hand now in their own 22. So playing with a bit of confidence in it, but I just think it's a bit too much confidence now because they're finding themselves without the ball a bit too often now. And here comes the Panthers. They'll be setting up their plays. No backdoor option. Players running through. Possible infringement. John Novo, he kicks one through. Ooh, a bit of a late tackle there. And certainly, again, referee spots the same thing. I mean, he was isolated, so certainly the right option there from the Panthers to chip it through. Tap and go. The Panthers just in a rush. They lose the ball at contact. Spewing the ball there is Joe Valisi. But somehow the Panthers get the ball back with a penalty. I think it was an offside there. Panthers, they look to go out to the edge. And straight away, their wing catches it. Does he sweep through? And he does. Great play there by key man Daniel Toa for the Panthers. And just puts a kick in to the edge. A cross kick that we haven't seen in this season yet. And you certainly just saw one this afternoon. And what do you know? The Panthers are back in this match. $18 points to 17. There was always going to be a tight contest with a kick to come. Mafukalas. He hasn't got any this afternoon apart from one. Actually, none. So his opportunity to put his team ahead in lead of this match, 66 minutes into this match. As the clock winds down, the sun changes its position. And let's hope Mafukalas changes his radar to get the points on the table, and he does not like it. Immediately looks away as he kicks the ball too far to the left. And he certainly is trying hard for sure. But the Panthers are back into this match. The Eels yet to score any points in this second half. And as I mentioned before, what has been working for them in the second half, I would have thought the positive conversation in the halftime chat would have been something they would have continued to do in the second half, but it's not looking the same. Let's see if they can get back into this match and put some more points on the table. But the way the Panthers are playing at the moment, it was certainly the same way the Eels played in the first half. The danger man, Johnny. Yes, absolutely. He's thinking the same, want to play down there. But he can't play down there without the ball. Unforced error there. Johnny losing the ball. And I just want to quickly say, kia ora and welcome to everyone that's watching our live stream today. If you just joined us this afternoon, kia ora and welcome. It's so great to have you guys spectate a beautiful day and also what's happening on the field. An awesome game today between two titans of the competition going head to head. And as you can see there, the scoreboard is certainly a tight match, and it has been. And at the way things are going at the moment, there's certainly a lot of tight contest there, and a flick around the back. Does the Panthers go? And speedsters turning up. The tone here for the Panthers. John Noval from the right side of the field, and he's on the left side now, looking for work. The Panthers, their numbers here to the right. They've got to utilize this and go straight. Lua comes onto the field and loses the ball in contact. And straight away, possible high shot, and it certainly is. He just got onto the field, ref. He takes 2 steps into the match and takes 10 out of the match. Unfortunate there for Lua. Certainly not what he wanted to be doing on the field. And he finds himself back where he started with the Eels, meaning halfway back of the match. Oh, brother. As we settle halfway of the field here, Avatu Eels, they get the ball. They go to the air. Beautiful jump there. Josh once again. And Bill, just the big steam train that he is, just breaks right through. Certainly the type of game that Bill brings to every match. And look at this. The Eels are back on a roll. Bill there doesn't look too well. Might have caused himself a strain there. He walks it off as usual. Probably was just getting a little bit of a breather there. He's got himself back up. Panthers lucky to get away with that. That was a big breakthrough by the Eels. And take the finger off the pulse there and get a kick upfield. Settle for lineouts. And once again, just the Panthers, if they're able to, just simply get out of here. One way or the other, kick it or run it. And they choose to run. They got the numbers out there. Go, Johnny. Mafu Kalas with the famous flick pass. They kick and chase their numbers to burn there. Do the Panthers go? Will he go the way? Certainly does that. And just a massive momentum shift there by the Panthers going end to end. They find themselves upfield with a possible 7-pointer. And certainly a change of shift there by the Panthers into this match. They finally take the lead in this game. With a switch up of the kicker, John Noval. and just says, I'm the kicker now. That's his first 2-pointer of the season. Very intense with just 7 minutes left of this match. All of a sudden, the Panthers rising from the ashes. They finally become something in this match. Leading the second half with 22 points to 18. The Eels held scoreless at the moment in the second half. And one thing's for sure, they're certainly not doing what they did in the first half. Complete switch around. Devi takes one down for his Panther size and just settles just outside the 40. Mafu finds himself isolated and puts the ball up in the air. The Eels there, just got to get back in support. And certainly the right idea, Johnny, just going to the air. He wants to play in that part of the field, but he's going to do it with his teammates. Tama Nicholas absorbing the pressure and just flicking around. Beautiful pass around the corner. Caleb Chase here. The Eels recycle the ball. They've got the big boys out here on the edge. Georgie goes to a big run. Certainly the right way to do it. Now he's got to get the rest of his boys to do the same. Clive with the ball. Settles it. The Panthers there looking to disrupt through the middle. Francis there, strong carry. It's been a strong pillar for the Eels this afternoon. Young Francis. Ball's trapped there. Certainly got to get out of the way, the Panthers players. Nope, maybe not. Very quick to get on the ball is Joe Valisi for the Panthers. Very quick for my thinking. I didn't think he actually let go of the ball, but the referee sees it differently. And that's probably what the captain for the Avatu is saying right now. Is like, when did he release and went for the ball? I just think it didn't look clear, but the referee seems to think, nope, fair play. Panthers there, they win that contest. They find themselves with a penalty and possible meters to gain upfield. Mafu Kalas gets the boot to ball. They go halfway upfield. The Eels here have just got to get back into the contest again. They've got to get up and contest for the ball at line-out time. Much the same at scrum time, not straight there. Here they are, an opportunity given to them. And really simply, they've just got to kick it downfield and just compete at line-out time. But instead, what looks like they're going to be tapping and going. Their lineouts have been working so far, so I'm not too sure why they've decided to tap here. Panthers just lying all over that ball. They've got to get out of the way. Nuku flicks one through his back line. Tama throws a short pass, doesn't go to hand. John Noble loses his feet. He had the idea. Josh Motu puts the head down, just goes forward. Toru Katsuke adds to that, chewing up some meters. He's got the support there. Great placement as we go through the hands of the Eels. And they continue to shift their momentum all over the ball once again. Guess who? Joe Valisi? No. Now referee saying that he lost his feet, and certainly, but I think that time he was over the ball before that. Tama Nicholas just sees a black wall and says, nah. Pass it on to my big boys to go for a run. Jale heads down, weaves his way through. The Eels there that just strolling into the Panthers red zone, slowly clawing their way forward. Toru Katsuke makes his way just short of the try line. They're about 5 meters out. Going for a run there, the Eels. Stacking up one by one, just pick and go. Looks like they're over the line. Referee says no, not quite. Let's go back for the advantage. Toru taps and goes. He just crawls forward. Somehow, the Panthers have got the ball. Big kick downfield. Clive Nicholas here. Oh, just took his eyes off the ball for a sec. No way. Certainly not the familiar position he's in anyway. I just sort of felt like there was a black wall that was creeping up on him, and he just sort of had second thoughts about picking up the ball first, and just took his eyes off the ball for a sec there and just lost contact with the ball. And now he finds his boys trolling all the way back into their half to set for a scrum. Now, if the Eels can remain disciplined here, they can contest with this ball and get it back. It's just a matter of switching the mindset, because it hasn't been working well for them in the second half. And moments like this where they've just got to flick the switch and get back into this match. Meanwhile, the Panthers, the fire's burning at the moment. And I certainly think the direction and what Tani Otoa is looking for is to exploit his backline. And there we have it, the Eels absolutely applying the pressure immediately. As it has been one of their strengths today, is being at set piece, both scrum time, line out time. They've been competing really well here. So it's no surprise that they're winning at scrum time. But with the substitution, I think with the Panthers team on at the moment, I would think some fresh legs here at full time. And with the scoreboard being 22-18, the mindset now for the Panthers is just to get the ball out of the scrum and kick it out. And they do that at the moment. They win this match 22-18. A great contest between the two teams. Absolutely gutted though for the Avatu Eels, taking an 18-0 lead to an 18-5 lead at halftime. And then the Panthers out of nowhere turning up into this match 22-18 victors. And certainly no love lost between these two sides. Both teams started off the match firing, with the Eels just showing a bit of class in the first half, but just weren't able to sustain all that good work that they started in the first half to carry into the second half. And the Panthers there, you just know they've had that conversation at halftime. Coach would have just gave it to them and just told the boys, got to stand up in this match if you want to win it. And certainly the message was heard. It was clear. And we saw that coming through on the field, and the boys just went to work. But I certainly felt like that wasn't an easy job too. I think there was certainly a bit of help there with the Eels taking the foot off the pedal, which allowed the Panthers to roll into their zone and scored some points. And this afternoon, they just managed to score more points. There's not much difference between the two sides, as we witnessed from the first half. We spoke about it. Both sides well balanced. Both sides having strong forward packs, or equally as strong. Certainly fitness plays a big part in this match. I certainly understand that a lot of people will be viewing it, the amount of walking that's happening on the field. But both sides will take this into the season with only round one and only game 3 of the competition. Both camps will be going to work with their big boys and, of course, an equally balanced backline. So good luck to the rest of the season for the Avatu Eels and the Tupapa Panthers as they find themselves now going to a season break while we celebrate the Te Maiva Nui for the season and welcome our next 2 premier matches this afternoon. The Arorangi Bears host club against what looks like a new outfit of the TKV Reds. Certainly a match that I've been looking forward to between the two sides, with both teams conceding their first loss of the season. Of course, with the TKV Reds losing their first game in their season opener against the Eels, the Avatu Eels, and also the Arorangi Bears losing their first match in their season opener against the Tupapa Panthers just last week. Both teams have had a bye each, so I think they're equally balanced this afternoon, ready for this afternoon's match. And I once again express how much I'm looking forward to seeing both sides go to work this afternoon. As we kick off this match this afternoon, I'm really looking forward to the Arorangi Bears, their forward pack, with the likes of their key man, Jeff Taripo, going to work. He certainly brings a lot of experience, supported by the likes of Rob Heather and Captain Totoa. And I think the TKV Reds have also got new players in this outfit. And we go to work immediately in this match, and Tayo carries his team forward, setting up the platform. And once again, I mentioned the name Rob Heather just being an important piece of this match. There's a balance of experience on the field at the moment for both sides. TKV Reds, one thing's for sure, they carry a lot of good energy. As we can see here, Brian Akava making his presence for this TKV side. He joins the Takawena club for this union season. Makes his first mark on this match. Kali Ratu, one of the big boys of TKV, carries forward. Jason Porteru, certainly a player to look out for in this TKV Reds. So certainly like to welcome everyone that's watching our live stream this afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to our Cook Islands Rugby Union match domestic club season here in Rarotonga. And certainly a big thank you to Polynesian media for bringing this coverage to us. As we look in today's venue, the Arorangi Bears, a beautiful day here for rugby. We see our first line out of the match here, TKV Reds. Let's see how they set up for their first time. Easy jump there, but certainly not straight. Just a missed throw there. Set that, jumps up. But Mullet doesn't get his throw straight, his first throw. Probably just trying to settle the nerves. The Bears here, they go to a quick tap opportunity. As you can see, the Bears are spread across the field. There's certainly a lot of experience on show this afternoon, especially for the Bears. You got the likes of international star player, the respectable Stan Wright, lacing up for his Aotearoa Bears side. The Bears there, they look to go left, but just lose the ball. Under pressure there, playing at advantage. Kick and chase there by TKV Reds. Dale doesn't quite get it. It's a hand. A little bit of pressure coming through there. Advantage was over by that time. And a goal line dropout is called. Our referee for this match this afternoon is none other than Lloyd Dale2. Now, this is the first time I'll be witnessing him as referee, so certainly looking forward to him making his mark on this match. And so far, I like the way he moves and makes his calls. Vienga, open up. Oh, yeah, he sizes up a three-pointer, and he gets one over. The class of the man. And he's looking at himself like that was not a good kick. But his fans for sure is saying that is the best kick of today. The accuracy of the man to hit the post and get 3 points. On the scoreboard, early part of this match. And there's nothing obvious that's showing at the moment. Both teams are just trying to settle into this game. They're moving into this match with a lot of movement, passing and running. Very familiar in the way they're playing. But being waste no time. 3 points and any points that's given is the way to go. Great kickoff here by the Aotearoa Bears, putting a bit of pressure on. Settling there. Oh, is the TKV Reds. Brian spots a little gap, but probably the wrong idea. Stepping in line. Fair contest too. Chip and chase there, and just the Reds player there was stopped in his tracks. Just the Aotearoa Bears just stepping out of line. The Reds marching upfield at the moment. Mullet for the Reds will need to get this throw right if they want to continue to compete. Tiana Pomare gets up and competes and interrupts their line out. Oh, knock on is the call there. Referee feels like he lost it at contact. Very unlucky there. Certainly the right idea to contest in that, especially if they want to stop the momentum of this TK Reed side. And they've certainly got to bring it to the scrum time as well and compete. Just sealing a scrum time. Looking forward to this contest. pressure's on, and the Bears apply the first pressure, and certainly expected so. When you've got someone like Stan Wright, who brings a lot of experience to the table, all I can say is good luck. If you can stand up to the technique and power that players like Stan bring to the table, but it needs to be supported and backed up. Basil Matapu doesn't quite get the kick out. And now we're back to running rugby. Tayo spots a big gap, open space in the back, chases his own ball, almost gets it. Very unlucky, Tayo. What a great play. Just didn't quite go to hand. Just spotted a gap, just simply looked up, put a kick, and also the effort to chase up after it. Fantastic. And I think if he can continue to do that all day and just spot openings and put his team on the right part of the field, I certainly think his forwards will appreciate that. And they can play in the right part of the field and get some points on the table. There's a team like this TKV Reds side, with the type of players they've got on field, they can break this game open. The Reds managed to get the ball out. Being up, kicks one behind. Tayo, classy player. Oh, unfortunately, they kicked the ball out. And touch. And they go back further into their own half. Certainly an even contest so far. Kiana on the way down manages to get it. I think he's at a... Oh, he manages to get away with it. I think there's an early jump there. Rob carries for his boys upfield. Isaiah around the back. Basil looks to flick his team into space, but certainly not what they want to be doing, losing the ball there, especially when they're on attack. They were lucky to get off with that one, with the Reds just coming up too early. Find themselves offside. Basil. The idea is to go further down into the half.
Here we go with Arorangi Bears now resetting things for their side with a set piece, which they will sure be wanting to capitalize on this opportunity. Here we go, Basil fanning out to his mids, striking through the middle there, but it looks like referee has called the team back with a not straight throw in. So we're only about 12 minutes into the first half of this match between Arorangi Bears and the TKV Reds, and already we've seen quite a lot of action happening on both ends of the pitch. We've seen it all. We've seen the... Here we go. TKV striking through the middle there. Jason working with Vienga to work on the edges. Unfortunately, unable to pierce through the Arorangi defense line. Now both teams are setting up for their scrum. It's Arorangi's ball and it's been fed into the scrum. Quite an untidy scrum there by both sides. It looks like referee has called the shots on TKV. Who did not quite nail the scrum. So Basil here will be looking to kick out to touch, just to reset things for his team as they head into the TKV half of the pitch.
It's just the technique there that the referee is trying to explain for TKV Reds losing their penalty there. They just weren't going straight. Instead, they were tugging the players offline, therefore causing an infringement. They paid dividends anyway. They find themselves with a free kick here, just a not straight throw by the Aotearoa Bears. Big kick there, put up by Tangi Akava for the TKV Reds. Stand right, he gets the ball, goes for a little run. The Bears looking to recycle the ball. Jeff Daripo getting involved with this match. I think he's facing the wrong way there. Yeah, he was. Just landed on the wrong side of the field. I mean, landed the wrong way, shall I say. And the Reds there saw an opening, pounced on the ball immediately. Why not? Vienga finds his mark. Goes for a kick at goal. They're leading this match at the moment, 3 points to 0. I think if Vienga can get 3 more points on the board, it'll be a good thing for them, for sure. But whether he realizes this or not, he's only got 60 seconds to kick at goal. He's certainly one player that doesn't muck around. He'll get into his routine, get into his process, sight his target, and then takes the leap forward to get a strike onto the ball. Does he have the distance? Doesn't quite. Man, he was about 40 meters on the angle out from the Aotearoa goalpost. And the Bears there got a drop out. Oh, the Bears managed to get a kick down by accident. Being puts up a kick, he probably didn't. That's not where he probably wanted to go. But Tayo there catches it on the mark, and he just toils with the forward pack there. Oh, that left side is causing a bit of issue at the moment for the Aotearoa Bears. There's been multiple loose carries on that far side for the Bears, and it hasn't been going well for them. Not sure if it's the nerves or just a lapse in concentration. But it's been happening multiple times now. They want to be careful here because they continue to do this. This backline for the TKV Reds, they love to strike to the left, especially being all right-hand passes. And of course, as I mentioned, they loop around really well and break the game open just like so. First warnings for the Bears has now put the TKV Reds on the scoreboard with a 5-pointer and possible 7. Certainly a great try there, being the mastermind behind it, setting up the play, but certainly wouldn't have been possible with the rest of his backline also doing their jobs in play. Tangi Akava puts a boot to ball, decides to kick it up Raimaru to get 2 points. And the score now is 10 points to 0. The Bears here just got to get involved. They've got the right players on the field to do it. Just some silly mistakes that's been causing them havoc, and they get up and compete at kickoff. And ball lands back on their side. And the Reds, just laying all over the ball. The Bears there going for a run, just going to work and just grinding, using their big boys. Rob Heather carries strong there on the left side. Logan tips one off. I thought he was going to go for a run there. Toto continues to work hard. Basil flicks one out the back. Oh, Tayo with confidence just throws a dummy, manages to get through. Yep, penalty there for sure, hand in the ruck. Nope, referee's calling just the angle coming from the side. But certainly there was a disruption in the breakdown. One way or the other, it was going to be a penalty. Tayo commands us forwards. This is where we're going. We're going to line out. And one thing's for sure, a maul is very favorable of the Aotearoa Bears. This is a number one recipe, a number one play for them for years, is going at maul, and they certainly shape up for that. They just managed to get themselves in shape, but I think the TKV Reds were certainly much, much more prepared for this. They're pushing through the Reds, and they get it. Definitely what I like to see. I just think they were much, much more capable than any other team to contest in that. Aotearoa Bears going to work. They certainly know how to do it. The leadership in the group just commanding, hey, boys, we're in the right part of the field now. Let's make that call, and they certainly have. And they finally get themselves involved in the game, scoring their first points of the day. Not too sure who scored that. Well, what matters the most is that the Bears are back in this match with a 5-pointer and a possible 7. Incredible angle here that we can see on our screens for this kick. We get to see the radar of Basil Matapo, which is looking sharp for today. under pressure, he still manages to get the kick in. The Bears now trailing 7 points to 8. Apologies. 7 points to 10 to the Reds as our score. Our mathematical isn't mathematically. We got it right. We get it right. Absolutely. If you're watching our live stream, please have your calculator ready. Something else, obviously, that wasn't calculating is the direction of the kickoff. It didn't reach 10 and it went straight out as well. So they find themselves with a scrum halfway. Silly for the scrum this afternoon. You certainly see the change of the sunlight here now going to the direction of the Aotearoa Bears' eyes. But also what's behind them is the wind. So in my opinion, certainly the conditions will play a part in this afternoon's match as we see the sun set. And also the direction of the wind change compared to the first Premier match that we had this afternoon. So the scenes are looking a little bit different, so tactics, I'm sure, will change. As you see there, the Bears feed, TK Reds just turning things around. That certainly isn't a push. That's a walk-through, intentional walk around to spin the scrum. So the Reds have really got to make sure both sides are balanced. They can't allow for one side to push and one side to pull. Both sides have got to make sure there's an even push to eliminate a spin, because that's certainly what's happening here. And referee has already explained that a few plays earlier where they were penalized the first time, and they've done it again. So something they've got to work on here, but certainly an advantage for the Aotearoa Bears, recognizing that. If they can continue to apply the pressure in that set piece, I certainly feel like they'll be able to get some dominance. But at the moment, the line out, scrappy, all over the place. But Logan goes for a run, gets the support of his teammates just on the 22. Basil, he's got a red wall in his face at the moment, working hard there. Settles there, just over to the right side of where the previous player was. Totoa, unfortunately, wasn't really a great pass. It was swerving in the air as he went to catch it and unfortunately loses the ball. I think lucky for the Reds there, they're able to get off on that one, because it was looking very likely for the Aotearoa Bears to create one or two plays off that and possibly an opportunity to score. I certainly feel like one thing's for sure is that Vienga is going to be looking to go a backdoor play. That's if the pass goes to hand, and it doesn't look like it. So they've got to settle themselves and try and attack and make their way out, and they certainly do. It's in the hands now of Perry. You on it. Oh, and that is a heavy contact there. Tim running into a brick wall. Big Bear on the field. Stand right, saying that's right. Eat some of that. I'd hate to be the one running to that wall. No, thank you. Jimmy there. He certainly took some learning, I'm sure, to ensure that he does not run into that wall again. Just a quick break there. Captain for the Bears just getting some attention. I think just a little knock to the right side, either around his shoulder. Nothing the magic water can't fix. Just a little spray will put things back in line for Totoa. I'll probably have a chat to him later. He'll probably tell me I was just getting some air. Some oxygen. And look at that, he's back in. Ready to go with the ball at hand. As you can see there, the Bears now almost starting to look directly into the sun with the back line, trying to get some shade into the eyes. And, oh, what do you know? The Reds are back into this. And they contest at scrum time, and they get the push. Now, that's what you want to see all day, every day. And I certainly think that's just what it was. Earlier parts of the match at scrum time is one side was pushing and the other side was pulling. So I feel like that conversation the captain has had from the referee to the players that both sides are going to push. We've just seen the result. The Reds win one at scrum time. They find themselves upfield now with a line out to come. They're going full line out. So won't be surprised if the backs here go to work. Here comes the ball. Vienga sets up a play. Once again, a backdoor play working its way out. And the Reds, speedster on the edge. He just goes straight. Number 14 for the Reds. Vienga looks to chip. He probably is aware that there is advantage. No, there isn't. No, there is. Yep. He's very well aware of the advantage, so decides to do a little chip and see what comes out of that. Guaranteed to obviously gain this penalty, and I certainly think if they want 3 points is on offer just to extend the lead. And they've called for the shot. I mean, just recognizing a lot of speed there on the left side for the TKV Reds. With Tuffa Reeves providing a bit of speed, making his presence known in this match. Certainly been a little bit quiet, but I think if the Reds can utilize that speed, I certainly feel like it'll be of great value, especially with the opponents that he's got opposite. But being certainly at the right time, puts himself under pressure for this kick to try and extend their lead. Settles himself, takes one last good look. Oh, unfortunately, just off the tee there. Not sure if something's quite right with him at the moment. I noticed he took his first kick and then his second. It's like there was a little twinge there on his feet, which is, I think, as a result, led to Tangi Akava kicking their conversion. But who knows? It might just be just a mindset thing. Being up back in the play, throws a dummy and just goes for a little run. Oh, just throws a dummy. The class of the man. And now the Reds, in open space, use their class players to get right through from one half to the other. Putting on a 5-pointer. Certainly a lot of confidence there in the TKV Reds backline. certainly class act by the TKV Reds and their star player every season. Being just weaving his way through, just distributing, and in support, Jason Portoru. And then the class fullback, Brian Akava, scores one right underneath the sticks. Dangi Akava, 2 from 2 this afternoon. Gets his conversion on. The TKV Reds there leading by 10. Taking the opportunities where they can. The Aotearoa Bears here marching forward. I think staying in the contest right now should be the idea as we get pretty close to halftime. Perry jumps for the air, comes down without the ball. Look at that, the Bears now turning their chase into attack. Isaiah, the bottom of the ruck. Going for a run is Big Nels. Places the ball back. Yeah, just an infringement there. He's got to let the halfback go. Isaiah, quick tap. Just keep rolling forward. Absolutely offside. Set of the nerves now. Very tactical. Very good play there by the Aotearoa Bears. As you can see there, stand right. Just the leadership standing up when it matters. The Bears, they go for the tap and go option. Rob gets to work piece by piece. The forwards there just settling, ensuring they've got their pick and go option. Kiana, one of the lightest forward packs in this team. Oh, the Reds have got to really be careful here. Yep, he's going to the pocket. Just offside, so just the Reds conceding multiple penalties here. Just creeping up too early, but referees had enough of it. The amount of infringements in this space here. He's gone to the pocket. They shift the play here, do the Reds, stand right. Big Nelson there prepares Rob. Heather decides to carry instead. Strong contest and battle here. The Bears there lose his feet and the ball. Wasted opportunity there. Very unfortunate. They'd be knocking their heads at the moment. I mean, with the Reds now with man down in the bin, there's certainly going to be some adjustments now in the front row. They've got to make a sub, I'm sure, to bring one of their forwards on, or they don't. They just put one player to the front. No excuses, and they carry on with the play. Good on them. Being prepared for any changes that may possibly happen, such as this. And they do well so far. Just got to get the ball out. Jason puts boot to ball, gets out of trouble. Tayo. Nippy footwork. Places the ball there, buys some time for his boys to get around. Referee there calls time. Some conversations need to happen. Some foul play there. Certainly taking some adjustment. Both sides understanding the referee and the calls he's making. The Bears there going down to the corner. As we see here, the full line out by the look of things. No, not quite. So they'll be settling, splitting the forward pack. They're not looking to go for a drive. They're looking to attack. Throw one over. Stan pats it back. Toto runs forward. Settle the play there. Basil uses his back line. Backdoor run. And Tayo goes right through. And Henry sweeping on the edge there. Fantastic play there by the Aotearoa Bears, putting Henry Matayo through to score for the Aotearoa Bears. Well worked move as well, really simple. Basil just being intentional about where they go, and just the direction of every player running just allows for on the edge. And likely for the TKV Reds with one man in the bin that there was bound to be an opening somewhere. We're going tit for tat at the moment. TKV Reds scoring, and now the Bears back in the contest. They're certainly not here to be a pushover as the host club. Basil kicks it and goes right through the sticks. Fantastic kick there, Basil. Just adds to the excitement in this afternoon's match. Not much in it between the two teams. In terms of the scoreboard, absolutely does match the contest that's happening on field at the moment. With the Reds still in the lead, 17 points to 14. Well, they're also a man down in the bin. Once again, just a kickoff, not finding the mark. I mean, there's a bit of wind that the Reds are facing, but it's not much in it. Something's just not the second time it's happened, and they find themselves with a scrum face with the Aotearoa Bears feeding. And Basil looks at his options, both left and right, and he wants the ball. One thing's for certain, they just got to bring the Reds line up and just put the ball back in the corner. Does Basil to see that? Yeah, he does. He certainly sees the same. A 50-22 might be possible here. Bryant, what does he do there? He decides to run. He's on his own there. Yeah, the Bears players queuing up in numbers. Just too plain and obvious there, and they got the ball back. Straight away, they go for a run. I mean, they've got numbers here to the right if they want to use it. TKV Reds are just trailing back too slow. Not sure if Brian was even looking at a kick option. He certainly probably thought that he had support there, but he was on his own. In comparison to the Aotearoa Bears with the amount of numbers they had in that contest. Stan be looking to tap, shifting across, moving to the left side. Just to try. Isaiah looks for Basil there. They decide to go left. We got to be careful here. The Bears, they don't run themselves out. Settle the ball, bring it back to the middle. They look to do that. Big Toto goes to work again as the hooter goes off for halftime. The Bears will need to capitalize on this opportunity being in the Reds zone, and they don't. Just no support there. He was on his own, Big Nelson. The Reds here, they go to the kick, they go to the break, and just say, no, we don't want to be in this part of the field. So they decide to kick the ball out to go to halftime. Equal battle between two sides, taking themselves to the break with conversations to have to be an equally contested team between the Aotearoa Bears and the TKV Reds. We will take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this first half so far. Do what looks like a tight contest between the two teams, with the TKV Reds showing up with their new kit and also some new energy, leading this match with 17 points to 14. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back first time. Kia ora and welcome to our coverage this afternoon. This is Big Mate Takamata to Polynesian Media for our coverage today. As we play a doubleheader this afternoon, and this is the last of today's match. With so far a lot of action already that we've seen in the first half, with the Reds leading this match 17 points to 14. And there we go. The Reds there just accelerating away. It was certainly a great afternoon. Earlier today we've had the juniors starting off today's program at 10 o'clock, working our way through to the junior divisions. And then at 2:30 Cook Island time this afternoon, we witnessed the Tupapa Panthers versus the Avatu Eels, with Tupapa winning that match. And then now we have the Arorangi Bears taking on TKV Reds. Just some scrappy play there. Nelson just settling the play there. Basil kick one through. He sees the opening in the back there, just kicks it over the head of Brian Akava. Looks to curl one out, and he certainly does that well. Just short of the halfway. The Reds find themselves upfield, and the Bears with the ball. They've got the sun on their backs now. Beautiful conditions this afternoon. The wind has dropped slightly, so there shouldn't be any issues with missed throws. It certainly was okay in their first throw for the Bears. Isaiah dishes off to Basil, sends his forwards and backline, midfield. Possibly offside there. I didn't quite see what had happened. Not sure there what the referee has cited. The Bears there opting early in the second half to close up the gap and kick for goal. This will be certainly a good test for Basil in his range. Directly, and he'll be looking to put this one as high as he can to ensure he gets a bit of ball flight to carry over the crossbar. He's kicking well so far, hasn't missed a conversion. So this is his first attempt at penalty. Puts boot to ball, falls short. And the Reds there, they kick one out. It's certainly out of range, but the intention was not out of range as they look to get some points on the table. Conserving a bit of energy. The Bears there looking to get up into the line out. Early jump there from TKV Reds. Jeff Daripo. Balls flying at different heights at the moment. Referee calling a early jump. Advantage for the Aotearoa Bears. The Bears, they're setting up to go for a run. Let's start with the big boys. Send them through on the field at the moment. There might have been a substitution. Yeah, there certainly was. Daniel Tonorio, Big Magic, is making his presence now in this match. The Bears there carrying to the left side. They're settling to go back to the middle. Rob Heather there had to reach for the pass. Nice display. They go to a backdoor play. Basil just runs into his opposite number. Tayo just showcases a bit of skill. Rob Heather. Oh. Now, he may be wearing number 8 on his back, but he's got the skill set of every kind of player on the field. And Josh Koroi makes a run downfield, and TK Reds, all of a sudden, they're in open space, throwing the ball left, right, and center, just popping an opening. Goal line dropout there. How the Reds were able to turn that around, just being at the right place, right time. And Josh must have thought it was Sunday, taking a offering from his opposition. Running downfield and just popping the ball left and right. As the support play continues to take him downfield. At the moment, we take a little break as we've got players getting some attention at the moment. Due to some slight infringement, I think, from the Aotearoa Bears, they now concede one man. Two players for the Aotearoa Bears make their way off the field. Basil goes for goal line, drop out, big kick, reaching centre field, and of course, Vingat sizes up the opportunity for a drop goal, doesn't quite get it. Tayo settles the nerves and puts the ball out and just commands for his boys to get to the line out, contest for the ball, and hope for the best that they get it back so they can continue to work their way upfield. The Reds, however, they have an opportunity to strike with the way they have their shape set up. They may be looking at carrying through the middle. Jason doesn't quite get the ball to hand, but he does now. All they've got to do is go straight now. Brian putting on the afterburners and smokes the outside line, going to the edge, right in the corner. 5 points up there for his team. Class players on display for the TKV Reds once again. Brian gets a double this afternoon. Second try. First one down the middle of the sticks, and now with the Reds now back to a full 15-man squad with their man back from Sinbin, capitalizing on the momentum. And Brian Akava putting the extension on the scoreboard for his Reds. With the score now 22-14 with 2 conversions to come. Tagi Akava. Great shot, great angle here to witness the kick. Tangi settles the nerves, gets direction on it, kicks it, sweeps out to the left. Score remains at 22 points to 14. Basil puts the ball up into the sky, catches it right on the mark. Great chase there by Daniel Tonido Magic. Gets himself involved in the game. Substitution on the field. Eddie Marama making his presence there on the field for the Aotearoa Bears. Logan carries midfield, rolls on the wrong side. Luckily, the ball comes back to the same side. The Bears there they gain a penalty. The Reds, however, concede one. And I think it's fair to say the Bears should just take the 3 points here on offer. They got plenty of time to play some rugby, but right now it's being smart about where they want to be in this match and how they want to walk off it and hopefully get a home ground win. Basil Matapo. He's been with his boot. He continues to do the same. Right down the centre. Add another 3 points to their scoreboard. Score now 17 points to 22. Reds still in the lead, but not far behind the Aotearoa Bears. Being up, puts one down in the shady corner. Eddie Marama suiting up for the Bears. Takes one forward. Oh, unfortunately, Basil loses the ball. I think there was a pressure. There was definitely a lot of pressure there. Yep, certainly right too. There was player offside. So losing the ball with hand, he kicked it forward. It didn't touch the ground. Just lost it at hand and hit his boot. But his own man was in front who collected the ball, so solely on the referee to decide, and he's made his decision. He lost the ball forward. But it could have gone either way. There could have been a penalty for offside. But this is what we're sticking with, and the TKV Reds are going to get right to it because they see an opportunity. And the Bears, managed to hold it up. Josh Corday goes for a little run. Drone past there on the edge. Very close. Very close. I certainly think they have an opportunity here for a try scored. I might just check with 1,000 video referees that are here for a decision. Took all of that, calculating right now through the referees, and they certainly have made a decision that it was a try in the Aotearoa Bears here. No argument whatsoever with regards to the decision. The ball was certainly placed in ground, but whether the foot and the timing of the player running out was either after or before the try was scored. Once again, the same corner as the previous try, TKV Reds. Tangi once again makes another attempt. He's just going to put this slightly to the right for it to curl back in. So now he decides to kick right, and it stays right. Very close. He's not off by much, but certainly TKV Reds have extended their lead by 10. And the Bears need to put this match, as they get involved in this match, to try and claim more points and close the gap with just over 20 minutes to go. Tayo around the back, sizes up his opportunity, puts on the afterburners, throws one out to the side. Pasito there carries for the Bears. Henry Yone, the youngster, he's been trumped at the moment with the amount of TKV Reds players just capitalizing on the opportunity, and they certainly come out victors in that contest, forcing the Aotearoa Bears to the sideline. They go to the line out now. The Reds just setting their calls, just getting themselves. They were looking to attack through the middle for sure. Vinga sweeps one off the ground. And the Reds on a roll. Jason Portoru is going to find some support, and there it is. Just a high shot there. Referee playing an advantage. Perry decides to go right, and numbers there. I'm not sure if kick was the option, but the hands were certainly there. I believe an advantage still remains. And certainly does. The Aotearoa Bears at the moment just under a lot of pressure. TKV Reds are just standing up once again in the second half, carrying themselves well like they have in the first half, and continues to do the same in the second half. Tangi Akava decides to go for a run. Not sure why. Probably just felt like a fun time with the boys. Kick for goal is the option there. Three points on offer here for the TKV Reds. Playing smarter, the Reds here to extend their lead. There's 20 minutes to go. Anything could happen there with the way the Bears have been going in the first half. They could easily close the gap. So this is a respectable decision for sure for the Reds to extend their lead. But at the same time, an opportunity for the Bears to take a breather and really refocus and get set to make a play in this next part. As Vinga makes a conversion and extends the lead by 3. With 30 points to 17. The Bears there contesting with the ball, and they come off with it as well. Kiana Pomare offloads around the back. Toto goes for a run. He's gained at least 20 meters now. Big run there, number 16 for the Aotearoa Bears. That was Logan Perenesi. Finally getting himself involved in the middle there. If they continue to do that all day, I certainly think the Bears will be a big part of this last 20 minutes. And key player, the Reds there, they lose a player. Just slowing the play down, and Brian goes for 10 in the bin. He'll be back for the last 10 of the match. The Bears there go for a run around the back. Unfortunately, the ball's in land in the wrong hands. Play counts for nothing at the moment. Kari Ratu, he'll be wishing that play continued. Regardless of the play, the way the TKV Reds get behind each other in this match and support, it's a positive thing for them. And I think if they can carry their season with the same unity and energy, I certainly feel this match. But however, we resume back to the play with a knock-on, a loose carry. Unintentional, but certainly a knock-on is a knock-on. And the Bears have the ball back. Very lucky that happened, because the Reds were certainly in for what is possibly the points to close off this match. Isaiah feeds through for his boys. They settle well. Basil, there's an open space in front of him. They kick around the back, and Henry with the afterburners contesting in the air. They still have that. They can still compete at it. They still have it back. They've just got to get the support there. The Bears settled themselves. Referee, yes, just playing on the ground there with the ball through the Reds. And the Bears there, they've got to try and collect 5 points at this time. And at this point where they are on the field, Magic, without a doubt, goes for pick and go. Inches closer. The Bears rally behind, and the referee likes what he sees. Another 5-pointer on the scoreboard for the Bears, and the unanswered 14 points that the Reds have put on. Which did separate the Reds with the lead, but they lose a man in the bin, and now they concede 5 points. The Bears certainly not out of this. With a try scored, conversion to come. At this moment, as we see what's happening on field, there's a player there getting some attention, but also referees having some discussion about during that try-scoring opportunity. Basil there, he'll need to make sure this one counts for all that matters right now is the extra points they can collect. And if he gets it, it just closes the gap to one converted try to take the lead, provided they can capitalize on one man in the bin for the Reds. Basil keeping it simple. Certainly not a problem with the boot today is Basil. Matapo. Fantastic. They're certainly back in this game. The Reds there. They still spirited for sure. Playing smart rugby is the idea. And one of those plays is happening right now, taking their time to the kickoff to chew up as much seconds as a minute they can. Vienga kicks one into the sun. Knocks back there by the Bears. Tayo looks up, goes for a little run. In that part of the field, Henry tries to get Vienga. Vienga just too classy and outsmarts him with that step. The Reds there, they've just got to get back on side and get their way forward. Jason just at the bottom of the ruck there. Quick defense there coming up. Quick line by the Bears. The Reds there find themselves 5 meters back. Rob there. He'll be looking to return. Tayo with the step. Jason Porto puts on a good shot there. Takes no dummy. Their passes. Big magic there. Gets caught. They come back the same way. Ball doesn't quite go to hand for Nelson. So Jeff, once again, just cleans up the act. Logan puts one behind. Just a smart little kick there. The Bears are going to be ready for that return. The Reds put on a kick there. The Bears kicks one through. And they continue play. Reds going for a big run there. Offside position of the Bears. I mean, the Reds were appealing for a knock-on, but they hadn't touched the hand. It certainly touched the player. So it's play on. They got the chest of the Aotearoa Bears. And they continue to play, but however, the Bears were offside. And the Reds there opting for the three-pointer. But most importantly, with this play, is to chew up the time. They've got to be thinking about the next play. Whatever happens with this kick, if it goes in, they've got to play down in their field on the kickoff. And if it doesn't, they've got to make their way out of their red zone, play in the TKV half. Because right now, the Reds are on a high. And if they get these 3 points, it makes the lead a bit more difficult for the Bears. Great kick. Certainly short of the distance, however. The direction is perfect. Rob goes for a big run there on the edge. Support to Burn. Chipping it through, goes to hand. Kali Ratu stands up. Unfortunately, pulling back the support player. They're going to maintain their discipline here. Logan taps it, faces the back, and then just runs straight for them. We've got to recycle the ball here very quickly to get their go forward. Big Nelson angles back in. The Bears here outnumbering the Reds at the moment. Intentional knockdown. Yes, sir. That's a possible card. And the degree of that play could have ended into a much better result for the Bears. Well, worst case, only for a minute or two. I'll be calling out to the TKV coach at the moment to put on number 22. See number 22 on the field for the TKV Reds. The Bears here back into the action. Basil decides to go for a run instead of distributing to his big boys here on the edge. Yeah, it wasn't the right decision there for Basil to run. He ran back into traffic, yet his boys were out to his left. They would have caused more havoc for the Reds, being too close into the ruck. Reds here, the opportunity to go deep into the Bears' half. They certainly do that. Just over halfway, the Reds make their way into line out, taking a bit of time, working their patience, making their call. A little bit messy there at the front. TKV Reds, not sure if the idea was right, but the Bears were able to disrupt that. Just unfortunately, they just got a hand to the ball in that play. So therefore, we have a scrum. And this could be very dangerous for the Bears because with the Reds, they've got strike players on the field. And Brian has made his way back from Sinbin. Timely has come into this play, and I'm sure we'll see him involved in it. And certainly will. And here he is, finding the man on the edge. But unfortunately, couldn't quite swallow the ball. He had a heated moment for sure. And without a doubt, two players who have been going at it all day have certainly got the opportunity to take their players to the boxing ring. But without a doubt, this match has been a great contest, so the tension between players for sure has been continuous. As the referee sorts out the chaos at the moment, we're almost there for time. Under 10 minutes to go that's left in this match. And as the play and contest continues, the Reds will need to work their way to close out this match with a penalty at hand. And the Bears here find themselves on the back foot again as the Reds make these substitutions, getting some fresh legs on the field. And the Bears also do the same with some fresh legs interjecting into the forward pack. I'd like to think this is in range of Wenger's boot, slightly on an angle. But I certainly think for a right-footed kicker, he's able to weave this, hopefully centre of the post. He's got a slight breeze right behind him as well. And as we carry this game into the last parts of this match, the anticipation on this kick is at large, and certainly a great kick for sure. The assistant referees there hesitant about the call, but it was guaranteed 3-pointer. Great kick there from Wenger. Tayo gets us off with the kickoff. The Bears there, they'll need to do everything they can to get the ball back, and they certainly start with a penalty. Tayo goes for a run. I'm not sure if you want to kick that away, brother. But certainly, you know, you're rewarded with the goal line dropout. But I mean, you know, I did say try everything you can to get some points back on the table. So I got to give it to Tayo to have some confidence to go in. But they want to be careful they don't lose the ball as well. Being goes for a long-range kick. Certainly the right idea to get it out that way and point play. Getting it to the Aotearoa Bears player, and it doesn't go to hand. They lose the ball. This game is very likely swinging in favour of the TKV Reds to be victors of today. But never say never. The Aotearoa Bears, from anywhere, they can do anything. The Reds there going for the big boot. They're veering out back. Possible high shot there. And the Reds just pounce right through, counter ruck. I certainly think that was a fair contest. But the Reds there are appealing for the initial knock on. But the referee has made the call because he was facing backwards. The Bears there just settling through the middle. They go wide. The big boys out there to the edge. There's a bit of speed. The Bears just isn't settling into this match at the moment. It's the second time he's lost this ball in a sequence of 2 plays. And that's not the kind of substitution you want to have on. You want to be on there confident and adding value to your team. Dropping the ball does not add value. Does number 19, Pio. The key here for the Bears is to remain a collective group in this match as they continue to make their way upfield. But with the amount of time that's left on the clock here for the Reds, they'll be really stoked to get the win out of today's match, because it's certainly not an easy time to play. When you're at the Bears, and what do you know, with just 2 minutes left, and the TKV Reds decide to put some reinforcements, and what do you know? Number 22's on the field. Bring on the big guns. There he is. I mean, he called in sick not to come to work today and film this game. What do you know? There he is. Jersey's looking slim. Chest is pumping and he's ready to go. Oh, well done. The Bears. What a great kick too, but no, not a great kick, sorry. Went straight out on the full. Being there, he was certainly able to land out, but unfortunately he takes it on the full, and the Bears have one last shot, I think. One last shot to put something on the table in respect to what they have been trying to do today. We're going to continue to roll forward here. Tayo sees an opening, goes for a run. He needs to support for sure. He gets his players there. Rob continues to truck forward. And they've just got to continue this momentum. They've got to get players to roll into camp and just work their way on the outside. And once again, Peel just isn't having any part of this game. Three drop balls. I mean, it certainly doesn't sum up the day for the Bears, but if you're going to continue to make mistakes, the scoreboard will continue to look the way it is at the moment as an opposing side. And for the Reds, walking into this match with a peak of energy, with some new kit on board, deservingly they walk out of this match with a great win. And away they go as the Reds kick it up to Raimaru Park. They also kick up their answers into this competition and let the rest of the clubs know that the Reds are in this competition with a great win for the club this afternoon. As I mentioned, not easy to be playing out here in Raimaru. Certainly a hard-earned win and respectable also to the class that they have in this club this season. The caliber of players that they have. Congratulations to the Reds on their first win for the season. And they continue to climb the rest of the season with a positive energy, and they look forward to taking the break as well over this next 2 weeks before they resume their season on our return matches, which will be happening in Tikavika, with the Bulldogs hosting. As we celebrate our 60 years of self-governance this year, Cook Islands Rugby Union will go on a pause, will go on a hold for 2 weeks as we celebrate a big festival here in the Cook Islands on Rarotonga with our Te Maiwanui celebration to acknowledge the 60 years that we've come as a country to this date. And so all clubs will be going on a break for 2 weeks. I certainly think most of them will continue to work on their craft during that break. But simultaneously, people of the Cook Islands who are involved with the Te Maiwanui will certainly be busy as well. And without a doubt, players that you can see on the field and players involved with other clubs will be also participating in this year's Te Maiwanui. So just from us, with a big thanks to Polynesian Media for bringing our coverage live today, we certainly want to say kia ora to everyone, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon, and may God bless us all as we take on this 2 weeks break, and we look forward to seeing you back on our season restart in August. So we look forward to seeing our matches then, and we build our way up into the finals heading into October. But without a doubt, it certainly has been a great day here in Raimaru. Thank you so much to our Arorangi Club for your host this afternoon and all games that has been played today. Thank you to everyone that has been participating, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Kia ora na tātou e kia manuia.
With the programs kicking off next Friday with the float parade through the Avatu town. But once we resume back in 3 weeks' time, we will be heading out to Titicaca, and it is the Bulldogs who will be hosting us for the resumption of our season. Also, another exciting event that we're looking forward to when we resume our season will be the introduction of our girls and women's grades, who will also be kicking off their season when we return in 3 weeks' time. Thank you, Martha, Cook Islands Rugby Union, your volunteers and staff as well, for a great day of rugby, and also a big thank you, Martha, to Polynesian Media for our live stream of today's matches, which you can also rewatch, reanalyze via the YouTube.